Anthropic is shredding books to train Claude, and a court just said, that's fine. That's not a headline exaggeration. It's what's being discussed across X right now, alongside two other stories that say a lot about where AI is heading this week. One is about cutting costs in cybersecurity. The other is about turning a written prompt into a physical action. Let's go through what's actually being reported and what it means if you're building with AI in Europe. Start with the book story because it's generating the most discussion. According to a post from Hedgy Markets, Anthropic ran something called Project Panama, a program to bulk buy and destructively scan millions of rare and pre-2022 physical books. Destructive scanning here means what it sounds like: cutting spines, shredding the physical copies, and feeding the pages through scanners to digitize them. The goal was training data for Claude, books that were often out of print or hard to license through normal channels, and according to the same reporting, a court has ruled this practice fair use. Why does this matter beyond the immediate discomfort of watching books get shredded for data? It sets a precedent. If US courts are willing to treat large-scale physical destruction of copyrighted works as a legitimate way to build training data, it's a very different starting point than the EU's text and data mining exceptions, which were built around digital access, not physical destruction. For EU builders and enterprises thinking about where their training data comes from and how legally defensible that sourcing is, this is worth watching closely. The US and EU are not converging on this question. They may be diverging, and that gap could matter for anyone trying to license or build models across both jurisdictions. Next, cybersecurity. Satya Nadella announced two things from Microsoft: MAI-Cyber-1-Flash, described as a frontier cybersecurity large language model, and Project Perception, an agentic security system built from specialized agents. Instead of one model trying to do everything, Project Perception reportedly splits the security workflow into stages: agents for simulating attacks, agents for detection, agents for triage, and agents for remediation. Each one handles a distinct part of the pipeline, and according to Nadella's announcement, this whole stack is priced at half the cost of leading models. Why this matters for European organizations comes down to budget and coverage. Security operations teams are chronically under-resourced, and a frontier-grade model at half the going rate is a real incentive to adopt it. But cost isn't the only variable. If you're running critical infrastructure or handling regulated data in the EU, adopting a US hyperscaler's agentic security stack raises the same sovereignty and data residency questions that come up whenever core infrastructure moves to a foreign cloud. Cheaper security is appealing, but cheaper isn't the same as sovereign, and that tension isn't going away. Third, and maybe the most visually striking story today, comes from Waddle Labs. A post from Dozen Duck describes a system being called informally Claude Code for robots. The idea is an API that connects to physical robots, where an agent writes and executes code to complete a task based on a prompt. And according to the report, this happened in around 20 minutes from prompt to completed physical task. This is worth sitting with for a second. We've gotten used to agents writing and running code inside a browser or a terminal. This is the same loop: prompt in, code generated, code executed, but the output is a robot doing something in the physical world. If that 20-minute loop holds up outside of a demo environment, it meaningfully shortens the distance between software agents and physical automation.
Yeah.
For European manufacturers and logistics operators, that gap has traditionally been closed through slow, expensive, custom robotics integration work. A system where you describe a task in plain language and an agent handles the code is a different cost and speed profile entirely, assuming it scales past a single demo. So 3 stories, 3 different angles on the same underlying shift. Data sourcing practices are being tested and ruled on in ways that will shape what training data is considered fair game. Cost is becoming a competitive lever in specialized domains like cybersecurity, not just general-purpose chat models. And the line between software agents and physical action is getting thinner, fast. None of this is settled. The book ruling is a US court decision, not a global standard. Microsoft's cost claims are self-reported, not independently benchmarked yet. And Waddle Labs' 20-minute demo is one data point, not a production deployment, but taken together they point to where the pressure is building, on data rights, on cost structures, and on the boundary between digital and physical AI. If you want these stories tracked as they develop, with sources every time, subscribe for daily briefings. And if you're building AI systems in Europe and want a grounded take on any of this, get in touch with Etherlink. We'll see you tomorrow.